In the last video, we saw about flexing and time flexing, how to time correct the audio and have multiple tempos without altering the pitch. So today we will look into pitch correction. So I have an audio file loaded.
பெண்ணல்ல பெண்ணல்ல ஊதாப்பூ சிவந்த கண்ணங்கள்
Very
ரோசாப்பூ
direct, simple recording, which is in F major scale, and the singer has also done a justice to it. There are not too many pitch corrections which need to be done. So in order to correct pitch, we need to just press W. That opens up the sample editor, and you could see the audio sample here. And instead of the file menu, choose tracks, and you see the same audio region. What you see in the arrange window is also displayed in your sample editor. So you get to this window by pressing W. Once this is done, activate flexing by clicking this icon and say turn on flex, and you have an option flex pitch. Once you do flex pitch, you can now see corresponding MIDI informations that are associated with the audio file. So these are individual notes that the singer has actually sung. So we can just quickly have a listen.
பெண்ணல்ல பெண்ணல்ல ஊதாப்பூ சிவந்த கண்ணங்கள் ரோசாப்பூ கண்ணல்ல கண்ணல்ல அல்லிப்பூ சிரிப்பு மல்லிகைப்பூ சிறு கைவளை கொஞ்சிடும் கொய்யா.
Okay. Each of these MIDI data is going to contain 6 informations that can be edited. So we have 3 notes on top of the MIDI note. So this one is your pitch drift, then your fine pitch corrections, then pitch drift out. So this one is your pitch drift in, pitch drift out, and this is your fine tuning. Then on the bottom you have gain. You can increase the levels of that particular note, and then you have vibrato. You can increase or decrease the vibrations that are present in the singing, and then the last one is a formant shift, which changes the tone of the particular note. So let's get into first pitch drift. So pitch drift is basically how this note is connected to the previous note. So I can increase the drifts like this, as well as I can zoom a bit to the previous note and change in the drifts so that they sound very human. There are no abrupt cuts and all such things. So I can do the drifts, and then if you look at this particular note, it says the note name is C3, and you also get to hear the note. When you go on top, you see that this particular note is 26 cents or microtones higher than C. But in a general recording, in a real-time human kind of a recording, we cannot always expect the pitch to be 100% pitch perfect. We can marginally tune it. So in case if you wish to bring this particular note to exact C, I need to decrease it by clicking hold, decrease it, and put it at 0. So this is what is your exact C note. So you can have negative microtones. So it goes negative microtones. So it is not C. So it's the note is actually falling between B note and C note. And similarly, if I have positive fine pitch correction, so the note is not C, but it is going to be between C sharp and C. Somewhere here it's going to be there. If I want to make it accurate pitch, then I can bring it to 0. In case if the singer has to sing a D note, but he has sung a C note, so all that you can do it, simply click hold and drag the particular note to the desired note. But in this melody, it's C note, but for the purpose of demonstration, I've just kept it in a wrong note. Let's quickly listen to it.
പെണ്ണല്ല പെണ്ണല്ല
So the note is in D, whereas we want it to be in C. So I can simply click hold and drag and drop it to the C note and make it accurate pitch. We also have another option to do a pitch correction to the entire audio clip, which I would not suggest you to do it, but I'll explain on how to do it. So just press Command A to select the entire audio clip and all the MIDI files that are associated with the audio region. And in the left corner, you can see there's a pitch correction strength slider, and then your scale that has to be chosen. Already I know that this is a F major scale, so I'm going to go and choose it to be major and F major, and then select all the notes or press Command A and increase this slider so that now you could see all these notes are going to exactly go and stick to F major. So now you can see the difference. So these notes are few cents away from the original scale, but as I increase the slider, they are going to accurately go and stick to F major scale. But for a human, it is not possible to accurately sing with a strength of 100% pitch correction. So let me just put it back to 70 or something like that. Quickly listen.
പെണ്ണല്ല പെണ്ണല്ല ഊതാപ്പൂ സിവந்த കണ്ണങ്ങൾ റോസാപ്പൂ.
But I would never suggest you to do this, because this introduces audible glitches and pop sounds between the notes. So put it back to 0. I'm going to select individual notes that actually requires a pitch correction, then I work on them. So if I have an audible pops, try to change the in pitch drift and out pitch drift. That would solve the problem for you. And then fine tune the notes, and then you could also decrease or increase the vibratos. So let me just quickly decrease the vibrato. It sounds like this.
പെണ്ണല്ല പെണ്ണല്ല ഊത.
So you have a constant note. So as I increase the vibrato, I'm making it larger than it was sung.
പെണ്ണല്ല ഊത.
So you can have more vibratos. You can correct that. The next one is your gain. The particular note can be increased, so the levels are going to be larger.
പെണ്ണല്ല പെണ്ണല്ല.
It sounds louder, so I can reduce it. So this is kind of clip gain feature that's available with Pro Tools. So I can increase each of these notes by increasing the first parameter that's available within the pitch correction. And then the last one is the form and shift. Form and shift changes the tone of the particular note. So way higher form and shift is going to make the sound like a chipmunk. So it's sounding like a chipmunk, and way down it's going to be very deeper, and it's going to sound like a buffalo. So relatively, the original singing stays in the same pitch, but the tone is going to be lower or higher, deeper notes, or sometimes it is used to correct nasal sounds and all such things. This recording doesn't require anything of such sort, so I'll just bring it back to 0. I would suggest you to choose the scale and know what are the exact notes the singer is singing. Then click individual notes, and every individual note has got 6 options to correct. That's your pitch drift in and out. That makes 2 parameters. Then your microtones or sense to fine tune your pitch. Then your gain to increase the levels of the particular note. Then the vibrato, the vibrations, you can increase it or decrease it. And then the form and shift, which actually changes the tone of the particular note. along with this, let me also give you another tip that will help you to convert any recordings into a MIDI file. So after getting into this particular flex pitching, go to edits and then say create MIDI track from pitch flex data. When I do that, I'm getting exact notes that the singer has actually sung. I can now quickly assign any piano tone or guitar and see how it plays back for me. So you could actually play the notes and see if the singer has gone wrong somewhere and correct it. Using this method, you could also create drum tracks. You can simply clap and record the data, then convert them into MIDI files, then assign a snare tone or a kick drum, and you can simply create a beautiful percussion arrangement just by using your normal clap or tapping on the table, then converting it into a MIDI file. Hope this tip will also help you to make your music interesting and better.